Bippity boppity boop. Okay, today we are going to identify setting by the words used in a story. Okay, and we can help identify setting by using the words used in a story by looking at three parts of that setting. The three parts of the setting, which is the time it takes place at, the where it takes place at, and the mood. Okay, an environment in which it takes place at. So when is the time, where is like the geography as to where it takes place at, and environment is and mood is like the weather it takes place at with. So if I were to open a story, on a dark and stormy night, a group of friends were in a cabin in the woods. How can you which words would help you identify the setting of that story? Okay, the time, the place, the environment, and mood of that story. Okay, what words inside that sentence could help you identify the setting? Well, let's look. Let's start with time. On a dark and stormy night. Well, it tells us that it was at night. The time was at night during the day. That's as much as we get from when it happened. They don't tell us the year, they don't tell us what part of the year it happened, but they tell us the time of day, which is that it happened at night. And then let's look at the environment and mood, okay? Like the weather of the story. The mood, the environment is sort of like the weather of the story, okay? They say on a dark and stormy night. So the mood and the weather is that it's dark. That's the mood part. It's dark, and it's stormy. The weather, okay? It's dark and stormy. So it gives us the mood of that. It's dark, so it's kind of spooky, and it's stormy. The weather, stormy, so it's kind of hard to see things. Maybe you get wet. It's a little bit more spooky because of the rain and the lightning and the thunder, because those things tend to be kind of scary. Now, the where, the geography, where it happened. Can we deduce that from the sentence? Let's see. In a dark and stormy night, some friends were in a cabin at the woods. So it tells us that a group of friends are in a cabin. Where is that cabin? Well, it's in the woods. It's in the woods. So what does it tell us about the story? Well, it tells us that these friends are kind of far from other places, far from people. Generally speaking, when you're in the woods, you're not really close to civilization. Well, not really close to like the city or the police or places that really help you, or like the store or anything like that. The woods tends to be far from those things. So it amplifies to the whole spookiness of it being dark and it being stormy and it being at night. Because if something bad were to happen, who's going to help? They're far away. They're in the woods, which is farther away from emergency stuff and stores. So by looking at keywords that give us hint about the time where something happens, the weather of a story, and where that takes place, the geography of the story, we can help deduce the setting and what the story might be about. Okay, by looking at these words. Okay, by looking at the weather. Was it stormy? Was it rainy? Was it sunny? Was it wet? Look at the geography. Was it cloudy? Not the geography. No, I mean the geography. Were there mountains? Was it a valley? Was it near a river? Was it in the forest? Okay, and looking at the time. Was it in the night? Was it in the morning? Was it in the summer? Was it in the winter? Was it in the spring? Was it tomorrow? Was it midnight? When did it happen? Okay, so when it happened, where it happened, and the mood and the environment. Okay, like the weather as to when it happened. So yeah, read books, read some stories, and try to deduce the setting from keywords you can find that might help explain the setting. And stay in school.